Your living space likely contains a graveyard of abandoned interests, a dusty guitar in the corner, a half-coded website on your monitor, and a set of baking tools you haven't touched in months. These physical remains often trigger a specific type of psychological shame. Our culture uses the word dilettante to describe this behavior, labeling it as a lack of grit or a chaotic personality. Internalizing that label makes you feel like an imposter, simply because you cannot force yourself to stay in one lane. This feeling is reinforced by the first half of a famous quote: "A jack of all trades is a master of none." Society uses this as a weapon to demand you specialize, but the full quote provides a different perspective. A jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. Psychology suggests that your scattered interests represent the unconscious construction of a highly adaptive mental architecture. Your brain is prioritizing breadth to prepare for a specific type of future. This is the M-shaped mind. It is a natural defense mechanism against the risks of hyper-specialization. While traditional career paths demand you focus on a single pillar of knowledge, your brain is building multiple vertical pillars of depth and connecting them with bridges of curiosity. This jumping between interests is a strategy to navigate the volatile shifts of the modern economy. For most of the 20th century, the world rewarded the I-shaped professional. Success came from digging one single hole as deep as possible. This worked because the world was a kind learning environment. It functioned like golf. The rules were static, and repetitive practice led to predictable rewards. Today, we occupy a wicked environment. The rules shift constantly, and variables are unpredictable. Here, the specialist is structurally fragile. If their industry undergoes a sudden shift, their singular skill set risks becoming obsolete overnight. You likely feel a natural drift, moving from electrical wiring one year to yoga or electronic music the next. This allows you to gather data points from domains that seem unrelated to an outsider. This process enables far transfer. While a specialist solves problems using familiar tools within their own field, you take concepts from one domain and apply them to something entirely different. For example, a web developer who previously worked as a beekeeper and a farmer might seem to have a fragmented resume, but that agricultural background provides a mental model for organic systems. They approach code as a living ecosystem requiring cultivation, a distinct advantage over those who only study syntax. Innovation happens at this intersection. Your value is in synthesis, connecting nodes others don't see. Pursuing this path often leads to burnout. It is difficult to watch your specialized peers advance into senior roles, while you feel you are constantly restarting at the bottom. This happens because of the geometry trap. You are trying to build every pillar of your M-shaped mind simultaneously. Attempting to master data science, write a novel, and launch a business in the same month will lead to a structural collapse. Effective polymaths use serial mastery. They divide their lives into sequential seasons, allowing one pillar to reach stability before starting the next. Consider the story of a 53-year-old who utilized programming as his primary financial pillar. He chose to work 30 hours a week, deliberately turning down management roles. This choice protected his psychic energy, allowing him to spend his remaining time building secondary pillars in music and game design without the pressure of immediate monetization. By letting these interests exist sequentially, he eventually merged them into complex solo projects. Building an M-shaped life requires the patience to construct your pillars one season at a time. Your diverse interests also provide a form of genetic redundancy, a concept from evolutionary biology that improves your resilience to economic shocks. Large animals like elephants rarely get cancer because they have massive genetic redundancy. They possess multiple copies of the same tumor-fighting gene. If one copy fails, another is there to maintain the system's health. In the modern job market, AI and automation pose a risk to single-skill specialists. Relying on one deep skill creates a single point of failure for your livelihood. A software engineer who also understands HVAC systems, electrical wiring, and teaching has multiple layers of economic redundancy. This combination of physical and digital skills reduces the risk of total career obsolescence. Your graveyard of abandoned hobbies actually represents a personal university. Each project provided a semester of training in strategic adaptability, creating a menu of potential pivots for an uncertain future. You are the bridge between worlds. By embracing your M-shaped mind, you are developing the exact breadth required to navigate a world where the rules are constantly being rewritten.